0527886 0544 72 78 86. WhatsApp wa. Yababa na etumi akenka ma. Open it here. For good morning.
Good morning.
Now prone to say.
Amiadom, if you have a call. Amiadom.
Yesterday is gone.
Yes.
Today is another day.
Exactly.
A new business.
Yes, a new business and a new day the Almighty God has given us. We thank God for a fantastic atmosphere. We thank God for a brighter new day. We thank God for the lives that He has given us. Yes, I mean, who say Facebook no afi o ma bia tum betimi alcohol live no matimi ahwa kwasi.
Ah, okay.
Edem kama.
Enema dem ho edema ye nti call Facebook na afi yentumi eni enkomo ho. Na nidiemu kwagu Nana Danko Akufo-Addo wakasa. Or say I can't hand over to someone who isn't pleased by anything I do. Akufo-Addo. Nana Danko say ontimi enja konyana wotisunum emfama ni pebia wo yade bia enso nani. Na Ghana enim say for NDC MPP you give you birth to South Republic I be my say ye trouble for 32 years MPP 16 years NDC 16 years. Ade bia MPP be ye bia NDC fe. And ade bia NDC be ye bia MPP fe. Papa NDC kutia, bonia NDC kutia. But before say mema wa yakono me pese ne nsam na wakan ye no wode wasutie bi na afi ye ba emu nchemu kakra wo de ma Ghana no baby a take ebe bo no fafa wo ma ye na afi Ghana fo nso entumi emrem wo tensam na Nana Danko Akufo-Addo aka we election 2024 onana piotuma ne Ghana fo eni nkomo ba emfa che kase ma joy. We can take the video from there. Yada masinti fantia no fatuma ye na ye ntensam a eye Nana Danko Akufo-Addo etumi ekan
ye djuma ye no eye tie anya den onipa me ba me betu no wakonwa no so no a bibia me ye no so enya no fe
I cannot hand over to someone who isn't pleased by anything I do. He will just come and destroy what I've built. So I'm pleading with you to vote for a trustworthy person with whom I've worked for 7 years. He goes by the name Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
The friend of Mahamadou Bawumia. Yeah, What about the Dima dear? With a Basso Yakupon Samunia. Yeah, Jumayano, a tia, and yet day. Onipa, the Baby Betun were Conyano Sono. I be Bibia, may and so any no fair.
I cannot hand over to someone who isn't pleased by anything I do. He will just come and destroy what I've built. So I'm pleading with you to vote for a trustworthy person with whom I've worked for 7 years. He goes by the name Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
The friend of Mahamadou Bawumia. Yeah, what about the Dima dear? What about the Dima dear? With a Basso Yakupon Samunia.
We are Soma Ghana man paying Nana Danko Akufo-Addo His Excellency. Etumi Editu Ja. What's the answer?
Yes.
By communicators in Yasoha, Masoha, Bidinisi
Mwamwa.
Oh,
Bebre. Okay, well, they are all Ghanaians and they have their own opinions, of which it is accepted. But don't forget, it is a political season, and lo and behold, or a year from the camp of NPP, or no, then bar Abengas, but what I say, very good. Or be new year, or then in Sabunkum, a betcha mame if you can. It is never possible anywhere. Abraham Melsi free mono. The NDC for no penny say Mr. Mahama Babedi dear. Lo and behold, Yadimano, they were very excited and they were very happy. But what I say, since it's not about anything, but it is a political season. Asama Yebeka ama wo what disadvantaged. Asama Yebeka ama wo young to Abamano. And Asama Yebeka Yebegu Hufino. eno na at this critical moment obi a eye entina obisa so mo soprano no I'm not getting it obi obedi na Nana Akufo-Addo attempt about this statement no I am not getting it then it means that the person is not politically inclined because akwasi politics na ye
because nyabra me that way me MPP ne mababa business place ga mo nto abama
It's possible because unim ade bia MPP wo power wo moye no NDC appreciate it made me tie jaw tema na Mahama tie akonwa so no ade bia na wo moye no na MPP MP mbato tiase eti eno no de edan duru ho a ena ye beku se Ghana fo badimi e de abato no ana banwa no he de ama Mr Mahmoud Bawumia ana ye de bema de NDC Mr John Dramani Mahama enye Akufo-Addo ne be determine ye Ghana fo ena ye be determine nemom wono no wasiesie ni man wono no wa building the economy na duru baby ena wo se enka opese odi sa ajapade we e be ma nipa so masi no ato so ama no because enipa na mo pese me di machi gana no woni madwene enye baako na me gidi se me di machi gana obebubu niema bi amase no eye political fight
see you read my reaction on the back
yes
see of course I will not protect your legacy of corruption misgovernance arrogance ineptitude bankrupt economy increase unemployment and pushing more of our people into the poverty bracket Mahama so some on the about
do you once a political it is a me catch that we say Nana Akufo-Addo politics na ye nti so otiase a Mr Mahama nsema wo kan you bet me bisa so many questions do you agree yes you bet me bisa so many was it can be ma me quote no ma me
of course I will not protect your legacy of corruption misgovernance arrogance inaptitude bankrupt economy increase unemployment and pushing more of our people into the poverty
okay enti na me catch us say a political talk ntia enka wo bi entimi mu bossa ensem we so pushing more people into poverty me pacho enka obi ntimi mo so me pacho corruption enka obi ntimi nka me bagata say unemployment enka obi ntimi nka but politics na ye see na ewo mu no obi a niema ebeboa no ada na won ka free SHS ho asem then dey also about review policy ebeboa no it will be review it is obi catch us me mfa machi nyawa politics ni bia na ye it won so bra be yu ho no it won so weaker vessel no ene na obobo so it ensema Mr Mahama kan ye nyina no ensema weaker vessels of Akufo-Addo
mean to me jai to me mo and
wanka to me
ona na sabo video ni ma me
ombo bio ni yentie ni on sabo video no na yentie
ona na sesi so ma me biem na ya ni Ghana fo ni komo
ona no tie anya den onipa me ba me betu no wakonwa no so no a bibia me ye no so enya no fe
I cannot hand over to someone who isn't pleased by anything I do. He will just come and destroy what I've built. So I'm pleading with you to vote for a trustworthy person with whom I've worked for 7 years. He goes by the name Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
The friend of Muhammadu Bawumia.
communicators and some almost Akufo-Addo ka to me. But your video no I cannot hand over
power
to somebody who power. Was on to me
Jamechi, but interpreter no and a car power.
Yes.
Interpreter no. Yes, Bofule das here no. One will car power. Me team from Mechi. I cannot hand over power. My back. Me team from Mechi. I can't give my back.
I know the Ghana for you to ban MPP. So I could to me MPP lose. Constitution man
on car power sem. One can power sem. What's meeting from Mechi?
And 1% Ghana 40 years.
Na kwasi so utu kan. Na kase kwaku. Me di Mechi ejawa. E kire sen.
Mechi mama.
Totonia mama me nyama matoto no. To aso na ye ni yie mama. Me ba to ati ase. O ti sanity. enti ema omo ntina ho e misconstrue some of the things enye no kre say omo kan sa ene different platforms but you can so obo achechim achire nkofo nti omo hwe no won be hu the difference between omo sabi omo dane asem no kre da ho pa ne ye dane asem no enti this is a political season and these things dane da nyina ebesi
na we ebeboa that propaganda nsem ye kan se bebregu ye John Mahama ho fi ene wo ye say but at the time I hu ye no na nya no kware Akufo do nso the same Africa se o si wi Africa ni pete wakune yire Mahama wi sika dia kogu ade ne nkom yes some free san mo Ghana be dey
enti capture the political parties no any wo communicators no now the ordinary Ghanaian and the youth out there afa yenso yetimi kenkan ye kai wa boy eti the wo hwe no improve eti the development of the country Ghana eye menu mienu eye papa sofo eye maame sofo eye the butcher eye the carpenter ye nyina ye develop Ghana eti wo be ka atro no as wo develop Ghana enti wo prove no wrong eti obia will role in the building of this country eti eye men kata wani ne ntwa tro sa eti propaganda no anapa na me hwe video bi obi si wo bia waka se 24-hour economy coach na eba nyina ye wrong we bochire wo hasisi a sami jamfina na eka say 24-hour economy obi obeka se ebisa free yankra kasafa ho ase edu kecha kasafa we ma kasafa ni nyina ye tro na video ne to so ba mini mienu metia si jira me bochire wa ma mi bi di se wa wonti 24-hour economy na se no o ye de wadwenye it is high and you will be a better yet we can kind to miss yadi. It will catch and say was one fat power ni ma be a ye watch us what power. It graphics no. Yes. Omo headlines omo cause problems. Yes, there be omo ne dia o say those things no e catchy.
They catch Kwaku say the truth.
Yes, and no dia e nyina yase.
Kwaku ba ko kasa so mutimi be omo ejisika mom say for that kind of fabia. No mo dia ba.
Yes, to sell the paper. To sell the paper. Some nase programs are any TV so. Ye timi trans behind the scenes. There are certain programs that intentionally say ye pesca. Ye introduce into the air to get money. These are orchestrated by people behind the scenes. Now fe o matimi atas no mahye. Enti no de me hu say ye anything ya ade bia. John Mahama be retaliate. Akufo-Addo de nsema to Ghana. Yep, now it is left with the ordinary Ghanaian. See ye be trans ye be balance the scenes. Ya hwed de ye ne no kre no. Then we take it up. Put throw and the modern day woman ya. You be catch you.
Oh, she said it.
Yes,
be use some
the amount. That is what is happening now. And there is sanity, Akwasi.
Now, this year election,
my catch. I don't know how some questions. It will be the easiest of all elections.
This limited vote station prayer. In Zambia,
like what?
Only Yamame,
Jane, why they
say Coyote and Jay, now 1 year.
I had why they bamba. Then I see.
I almost started on network, baby on network.
After the giant time election day, no network be bring yetuma. We had only Ghana and you two about for the giant time. Network problems in DSR to the following days and you declare elections. And what has happened? Do away with the so much negative things. Propagate the good agenda of the Electoral Commission. You papa when you go to the different world in terms of the Electoral Commission.
African.
Yes, African. I don't know propagating that thing. Akwasi, there are certain say you come meetings say you cast sometimes you have problems when we are coming on air. And yes, that doesn't mean say you in every environment problem and why you starting mercury problem but mercury program sorry no it is not a problem. Bishop Kache said NTN ba obi amfa obi nye den emra doesn't mean say sorry nkoso yes propagate it.
I say NDC e opposition Electoral Commission panyina o down no omo ne nya adwene every bisu opposition Electoral Commission panyina o down no omo so ne na adwene
atwamene bia so aya na atwamene
ade NDC ne bi omo twamene
me pa cho tie so what tumi ne so a e bia woni Electoral Commission ne ekonna ekrana you so what tumi ne so a e bia woni Electoral Commission omo konna
on appointed
no ntom konna omo di sumasi dwabi enti so fi ho a entra me di bena ansa wono atwamene bia osua ya na
Ona na me di video bia ma wa ye pese di nkoma kakra nsane asoraba Supreme Court make so ma grant the last sky permission to so on filing new motion no ye pese ye kasa found base ma me nse bi na ye ko ti hwe na ye ma me ba kwaku to asoma me electoral commission there.
Yes, media me say I stand on my feet, propagate the good policies of the electoral commission. Agwazi now biometric, let me tell biometric registration here. Don't tell me say problem about it is not successful. From 1992, problem it keeps on coming. Sometimes, yes, you can deny for voting rights. Ghana. And come baby. And then I'll bet you will be a lives who went to be registered because of problem network. And then I'll bet you. And then I'll bet you. And then sometimes which I'm in change. Me, yes, a switched off. Not before see so.
No quarry.
Me what?
Oh, I no pay.
Yes, yes. Later on, yes. Any afraid?
Me afraid. When you back.
Yes.
2 times.
Yes. So doesn't mean saying that's up. The only thing is a young country institutions no mun put a proper measures. And then I was your campaigning for. Name electoral commission from the exactly it's and so when can to question Ghana da. Catch me some boy. There might be a question most of them from the activities of the electoral commission and the president on power.
When you say I am not present minority no ana opposition party no edema electoral commission so na boama ne matimiko ye.
Yes,
e say do mu ye ya.
Dabi.
Ana say ni mu wa.
Animguase no emoa. Ade enye nokure no.
Because BVD's machines na line.
Yes.
NDC yenya communicators yewura fifi kote meka say eye kwan a electoral commission fa so de wi abem e de mama yoku NPP.
Okay.
Enti nsem bi say na mo money na ho ma yisi nya nyuma yi.
Meka say NDC time tema na ye registration na go ewia machines ni bi. Na electoral commission complaining.
But that na nye BVD's machines.
Na nye BVD machines.
Says that na nye let me enko.
Enti BVD machines we na wo ayira no. Are they going to replace it? E de ya to ababi wo so ana. Na the
registration.
Yeah, the year registration. It doesn't mean say obi be affected during the registration time.
Yes, yes.
What must the EC do? Yes, na can be about the lost BVD machines nana. Why explain? Yes, do you trust in the EC?
I trust in.
So what don't you understand? The only thing you have to do now is be vigilant.
Okay, Supreme Court grant the last guy permission to file new motion. Until LGBTQ, what kind of has next year? About the money.
Yes. Let me catch it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now gradually.
A strategy. A strategy. Me say, the make one of you. What? Now we say why? If you have so many implications, negative implications on countries who pass the LGBTQI+. Mama Obi, me ma Uganda. Me ma Nigeria, me ma Rwanda. So many sanctions were withdrawn.
But still, no one does go on mine.
What do you do, sir? Say, I am a first second tranche man. Now, what to sir?
You see, you go for TED.
Yes. Say, Sikana, man, do you think you can do project?
No.
And you will stand in a way.
But Ghana beyond 8.
Ghana beyond 8. Why now see here from 92? Men can say Ghana beyond 8.
Until I'm talking about my services and your mama.
No, and you don't betray you. Obiako IMF.
To bet me again.
Do betray no. Yes.
And to be person trust on man and trust.
And the dependent. Exactly. It depends. But no political party or Ghana. Money na da so about IMF. Money na da.
Yaboko na to.
Yes. 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 I just a different person. Me say no political party. Man na that so say me ba me Akufo-Addo anka bi. Say yen kwa IMF.
Yes, okay, no IMF.
Yes.
Oforiata no IMF.
Yes. Ekwesi say
no Canada no IMF.
Yes.
Ghana.
Enti say anso wagaria bra you will fall in.
Okay, and tell LGBT ko na for to man nhwe ndra nsama timi ko so Supreme Court. So much me granted the last guy permissions on filing new motion no. Yan Ghana for any comment famfa.
Apparently, we had 2 applications on record. The first was to file a supplementary affidavit in support of our application for interlocutory injunction. And the second was to amend our motion for interlocutory injunction. If you watch the court carefully, they virtually granted those 2 applications. So the directive to file or refile the entire process was virtually a repeat of those orders. And it was nothing untoward so far as we are concerned. So to us it was in our favor. The most important is the upholding of the law and not a rush of time. So far as the law is put in proper perspective for the court to proceed with it in its rightful manner, we are not so much against lapse of time.
In any case, it is the court that manages its time and procedure,
and
not the parties. So if the court decides that, look, come back at this time. You know, this was filed on 5th March, but we are now coming to court for the first time. It's me. It's the court's own arrangement.
In law, the motion cannot derogate from the rate and the statement of claim. So where one realizes that his motion and affidavit in support is not in tandem with his rate of summons and statement of claim, he has an unfettered right to amend. And if you don't do that and the matter proceeds by the motion, you risk a very big chance. And that's what we didn't want to go through. So to us, it was a proper review and the correction were in order.
Aside from that, the best way to avoid any undue misrepresentation of facts is to ensure transparency. Let the public indeed have ultimate access to it. Proceedings in the court, of course, in terms of the constitution and the court sites are open to the public. The public goes way beyond the number that the court. So I think that a proper interpretation of the constitution and all that really require that when some of these sensitive matters and matters of enormous public interest come up for hearing, indeed the media ought to have full access. It does not have to be only the presidential election petition, which occurs every 4 years or so, that the media should be able to cover. And I'm very, very grateful to the Chief Justice for in no time acceding to my request and all. And I think that all I wanted to achieve was to ensure that people do not misrepresent also in the court. They see exactly what we saw. And today you saw it. So the process filed by some lawyers is very defective and all that. And indeed, in such circumstances, if the court were to rule against them, nobody.
We Supreme Court and to me, I grant Richard the last guy permission say on to me amend some portions of his reliever or they say OCK and a interlocutory injunction against the passage of anti-LGBTQ bill. So we share the permission now. Yet to me I grant after lawyer Pakwasi Bedwa no representing Richard Sky and Nyama na oya system no can say Supreme Court and in summer Mr. Odame Edeba betu jano yasi nyama bi ho ewo eye nsem no de ba ni mo ntwaye ntwonko na afi onfa nyama bi nsanko jisi kwaku.
Yes, so this is the characteristics of yes, you have a role in the development of Ghana. It's as simple as that. Obia wana said here and you can say oma loopholes about your presentation when you go to court. And yes, the one your camera tabi yanka and okre ewo court. Iti emrana wode kono say ntoko de dema ye be ponche ama why be defeated. And for this argument, I think that he has been granted another chance to go and amend. Nafi onfa at the other side of the story no onfa court to Supreme Court for nafi bibi wo ha omuntimi international omo enka. I think we are in a democratic environment and everything goes. The law should go back again, prepare on the lawyers for international. Nafi niema omo hwa anko ya mo no omuntimi international fi omuntimi emfa na papa ngu na kwen no munsa mfa omo petition nko to Supreme Court na Supreme Court international. Say ya nhwe niema bi na obi asori ya na odu court a waste of time to the judges. I wonder
Chief Justice
Gertrude
Araba Isaba Seki Tokunu.
Okay, I'm sure any packaging most of the stories most of the problems and issues a waste of time for the judges. You present your facts and figures and findings ye said they buy omo tenasia ombetimi aye ni na etimi aboa amagana etimi akona.
Okay. Any ha ya do besie ma ye muso na fi ya baba tenase edin komo kase no etumi edi ababa sum kogu si Ghana for na fi.
Yes, ye chia obia na ye catch you say ye show no most of the times like we said the odika kana it's dynamic. Sometimes it keeps on changing. enti ye the other size ebremo na fe ya hwe kwan be fa so a ye kamfo obia se obia ma na mi na ho no na fe wo so wo fa ba e wo nsem a ye chechew e wo so no so enye ye nko na se binimdie wo ye tirim wo so wo ho no nimdie wo ti minim se sabre wo nkofo no brekum ni no mi wura fe ne din anopa na metie eye eno akọ
Jerry John Lawrence
da binya Jerry eno ba ko bi free bokum o ka kire yen se o hira yen bebri nkofo miensa na eno o mu hira yen enti a kire wo se we are together with him mun koso mo mpa ye mayen na awade be odi ya ba badru no Ebenezer obesa ato so ye kia ya hwefo ne adofo nyina abi biara obi ye kia obi
okay ye dan ye ho abata na fi ye tumi and the prophet Eric Bamanu Fire Redemption Ministry ye ne ba be din komoni na no ye the role for Christian in countries development no ya said ne ma se ye na oman ye timi etu empon
unu se presidency na eye Christians
Ghana there
unu se ministers na ye Christians
president abenya
enti asum faso product na ye nya no wo ye governance mu ana
omo ba bia
okay obia the Bible obia suma urade a product na wo mu de man ye
jeje no akwa so ye nya muslim ye nya konfo
yes eti Christopher na di man no nya misuro ni nie are you getting it omo be di Ghana so nyina ye nyame nkofo obia ko Roma yes o mpisi nyina mpisi what is MPB say wono wo ye bosomsom ni da obia ni ho eye nkramosom ene nyamesom but nyamesom no wo se nyame huhu ni nyame adwene e be ba wo enti eno na Ghana ye nyan enti they should stick and stay me de me nyame sofo wo na ye minister na papa nso ye prophet enti minister ne prophet shia mo be dane Ghana butu na fe yetimi anya the best out of it
okay ya dan hotel na yakwa ban yetimi dem come on at us so we morning and when you go so a wo hwe menyu kasa mfonyo no